Hello and welcome to this live stream. If you haven't met me before, my name is 𝗁𝘁𝗲𝗽𝗍𝗃. I am a 20+ year fitness industry pro, and the last 2 years I have been incorporating energy into my work, and I have a system called Body Energetics. So if you know me and you're working on Body Energetics, please let me know how it's going for you, what's coming up. And if this is your first time catching me live, please let me know that you're here and say hi, and stay till the end because you'll find out ways that you can work with me for free. Now, I'm doing these live streams almost every day, one day about the mental body and another day about the emotional body. And today it's about the mind. And I talk about the mind in a playful way of our daddy issues. We've got our daddy issues and our mama drama. And this is a fun way of talking about some of the pain points that we might have that are keeping us stuck in our body. So whether it's in pain or chronic ailments, diseases that come up all the time, and then also wanting to get into your dream aesthetic. And the really magical part about Body Energetics is that your dream body, whether the health or the aesthetic, is totally unique for you. And this journey that we have through our body allows us to really connect our mental and emotional states as well as our physical states, but also on higher levels because it's energy first, material second. So anything that you're doing to change in your physical body is going to require new thoughts, new feelings, and new actions. And when we find new thoughts, new feelings, and new actions, it aligns us with our higher self and with more in alignment with the positive aspect of the soul journey. We have negative aspects that are necessary, and we have positive aspects that are more of the ones that we're desiring. So for the mental body, okay, or so for daddy issues and the becoming, this is something that really liberated me to more objectively work on my pain. Physical pain and emotional pain. And physical pain is just an emotion, is just a manifestation of emotional pain that has been so suppressed that it really starts to materialize in the physical condition of the body. So with our daddy issues, this is our mind, the daddy issues kind of has like a couple of subcategories. That it's the mind, it's the actual brain, and it's also the becoming. It's being the light and going forth. It's the to-do. It's the doing and the thinking. And the emotional body or the heart is the negative space and the magnetic attraction, and also the delivering. And it's the feeling and being. So you know when it's like, you could have the most amazing day, the most amazing experience on paper. You're like in a, maybe it's a really grand social event. It's your sweet 16, it's a wedding, it's a baby shower, it's going to an amusement park, whatever. On paper, it looks like it should be really amazing. And maybe you even get there, or maybe you get to a goal and you arrive at the goal, but you don't feel the way you expected yourself to feel. Well, that's that low vibration negative state. So I want you to think about that as in terms of the feeling and being. It's who you are at the core, and it's especially those times where you're like, I feel like I should be happy right now, but I'm not. I still feel terrible. A lot of times we'll get this way when we get to our dream body weight, but the aesthetic of the body didn't change. And so we're looking in the mirror and we don't see the changes, but the scale changed, but we don't really feel any better. It's kind of stuff like that in a certain way. So when we're looking at this negative space, I want you to think of it as a container, like when you're pouring in plaster into a mold. The negative mold is what gives us the positive shape out in real life when we're actually going to use the thing that came out of the mold. So the thing that come out of the mold is your becoming. And so sometimes what happens is we don't understand some of the fears and some of the being and feeling states that come up in our physical experience when we should be so happy about something, especially if it's something that we know how to do. So here's what's happening. We have a hero's journey. that in this third dimension, in the human field, where we can physically touch things, things are very tangible, where we have linear time of being born, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 years old, 6 years old, linear time. And we are limited by space. We have to walk, or we have to put our body in a container, like a car or a train or an airplane, to arrive somewhere else. So this third dimension has lots of limitations. And this third dimension doesn't just have us that is having a becoming in our human experience. It has other people having their becoming. It has Mother Earth having her becoming. It has little collectives, little tribes of people that we get together that have common interest and beliefs, that have their own becoming. And then we have the overarching of every single human on the planet that's acting as a chakra or an energy center for the planet. So we're all kind of like ebbing and flowing, having these interactions with each other that can pull us off our track of who we are in our alignment to source through all space and time dimensions, all your higher intelligences, all the non-physical higher aspects of you, non-physical being aspects of you, your interdimensional consciousnesses. So we have this limited playing field in the third dimension, and we like venture down here because we're like, this is the place where there's a whole bunch of unknowns, where I can have my natal chart, I can have my human design, I can have my gene keys, I can have my direct connection to source, but I'm going to allow myself to go somewhere where I fall asleep and forget all of that, where I will have this download phase of 0 to 7 years old, where I will learn by my environment what it is to be human. And we get our primal fears. We get our primal fears, our primal shames, our primal blames of all of the ways our feeling body, our feminine body of feeling and being, sends information up to our mind of thinking and doing to create solutions of how to do life as who you are as a human in this moment. And a lot of times those solutions aren't necessarily constructive. And so this is where we learn all of our quote unquote bad habits, the things that we're trying to change as an adult. So I want you to feel into this for a moment, because it will really, when I understood this, it really took a lot of the pressure off of one aspect of my life. And if we can take pressure off of one aspect at a time, it gives us some space to work on the other things too, right? So that we're not so overwhelmed. So in the becoming, we have to, if we're going to follow a storyline that there is a becoming, that there is a hero's journey, or that there is a negative container of space, negative energy, the dark matter of the mother, that allows us, that allows the light to shine. Because if everything is just bright light, there's no contrast, there's no experience. So for us to have an experience, there has to be negativity. There has to be darkness of unknowingness so that we can go forth. So this going forth of the becoming requires primal fear, primal shame, primal blame, so that we can have an adventure to go on. So the daddy issues of the becoming, I want to share with you the primal fear of ostracization. So this primal fear is held in our root chakra, and it has to do with being excommunicated from the tribe. Now this is primal. It's something with us genetically inside of our reptilian brain. If we are ostracized from our tribe, right, and it's not modern times right now, we die by the elements, by another tribe member, or by an animal. So if you are considered other, it means primally in your body, death. So how you can apply this, Because the daddy issues, if we're not aware of how the mental and emotional bodies work together to then manifest the physical body and then our physical experience in the world, our life experience, the stuff that happens in our life, when we don't understand how some of these things work, they can really take us out. So for the body, if you have the aesthetic dream body in your mind of how hot you're going to look, because if you look hot, then you're going to attract a partner, a romantic partner. If you look hot, you're going to get the better job. If you look hot, you're going to get free things because influencer people will want to send you things. If you look hot, then you will have become, right? So whatever that body looks like in your mind, the reasons that you sabotage or that you're not quite getting there have to do with that primal fear. Because the primal fear is like, it's being confirmed by this destination of becoming so that then you will be accepted. So anytime we have anything that has to do with our body, that in our heart of hearts, like if we really sink into it and think about it, we're like, oh yeah, I do want to look that certain way because then I will be accepted, approved, and praised. And when we have a mental emotional disconnect of our low vibration feelings of blame and shame and really not liking ourselves, that's another primal fear in the root chakra of the fear of self. If we're operating in these low vibrations, it's going to be very, very hard to do the necessary things in real life of taking care of your body to achieve that dream body. So our mind starts to really go crazy because we're like, well, I have to do all of these things. And maybe you do them, you don't have any results. So if you're doing the things and you don't have results, it's because of that really low vibration negative space or negative feeling state that is so far disconnected of what that dream picture of you is. It would be like, you know, this is a 20-story building of your dream body, but your physical body is still in the basement. So you have to like walk all these stairs. Say there's no elevator. You have to walk all these stairs to get up to the dream body on the 20th floor. That's the discrepancy of the mental emotional state of the primal fear that is not allowing you to actually get there. And the trick is to understand that anything that we feel that we can achieve in our body, whether it's the state of health to get it out of pain or to get it to the aesthetic that you want, anything that you have attached the thought of, if it happens, then I will. Then you'll be able to do all the things. Then you'll be able, it's not necessarily like do all the things. It's not so much, this primal fear that I'm talking about is not so much about the experience that you have within yourself. It's what you think that body will give you in relationship to other people and areas of life where acceptance in some sort of a tribe is part of the equation. So this becoming, if you can look at your daddy issues, if you can look at the thoughts that are going through your mind of, if I get the body in health, if I get the body out of pain, if I get the body into its dream aesthetic, then I will. That is your becoming away from the primal fear of being ostracized from the tribe. So now what happens anytime that we have this low vibration, sinking feeling of helplessness and it's never going to happen, I will never arrive, we can go, oh, wait a minute. This is the discrepancy of my daddy issues and my mama drama of holding the picture of what my dream body is, feeling as though if I get there, I'm going to have the acceptance, approval, and praise. But I can't bring myself to do those things because I have not acknowledged these vibrations, these emotional vibrations, these energetics that have been stored in my field from the 0 to 7 time frame that we allowed ourselves to get distorted while we were downloading all this information from the environment and from the people, and then making mental emotional states within us. Oh, I'm not at the dream body yet for approval, acceptance, and praise because I haven't actually acknowledged all of this stuff I learned and concluded as a little child on my hero's journey. So when you approach this inner work of your hero's journey, of what I'm just talking about, of whatever low vibrations are stored in that root chakra of being excommunicated from the tribe, which means death, or whatever was said to you or done to you that made who you are as the human you are in this life wrong. So it's primal fear about self, and it's primal fear about self in communion with other people. So if you can look at this stuff as, this is the information that I learned from 0 to 7 so that I could have the becoming that I wanted to have to come into this third dimensional field where I was going to be impacted by other people, by collectives, by all of humanity, by Mother Nature or the world, the Mother Earth, the world structures. And this is part of the becoming that I signed up for, to be limited by space, where I have to take my physical body and either walk it, swim it, run it, skip it, put it in a car, put it in a plane, put it in a train to get anywhere. We chose this place of limitations for the experience. So using your body, getting it healthy, getting it out of pain, or getting to the dream aesthetic, whatever that is in your thinking and doing mind, of what you perceive you will be accepted, approved, and praised for having that body. The reasons why you're not there is because we haven't fully integrated the primal low vibrational fears from those ages 0 to 7. And what we'll do, maybe we'll stick with deep inner child in primal fears this week. And then on Saturday, when we have our body energetics meditation, we'll be super focused into going really deep into the root chakra. That's what I'll do. So that is your message for today about the mental body. And so now I'm going to shift into how you can work with me for free. So if you're feeling good, if you're feeling complete, if you're going to go do your inner work on your own right now, fabulous. Thank you so much for being here. If you're watching this replay on YouTube, please, fill in the comments with how this affected you. And then definitely here on Instagram, let me know how this was. So now what we're going to do is shift into free coaching. So I have a system, Body Energetix, where I'm teaching you how to go into your mental and emotional body and really learn how that affects the physical body. Now, what I'm doing is I have a setup to get you results before you actually become a paid client. Because I know for me, 13 years ago, when I had finished my last binge, when binging was no longer working for me. Thanks, Alex. Hi, Alex. When I was at that wit's end, I was going to therapy, and one of the therapists said, "You have all the answers within." And I said, if I had all the answers within, I would not be here. And I really think that was actually another catalyst to my hero's journey, because I actually held him really responsible and blamed him for a lot that he didn't help me. But now here we are. So the purpose is to learn what the tools within are. They're your brain, your heart, your lungs, and your chakra system. Those are the ones that I really understand and that I work with, just like you would work with a barbell, a dumbbell, a kettlebell, whatever. So I'm teaching you how to get results on your own before you come in to be a paid client with me. And the reason why is because this work, this energetic work, is the block work, is the things that are preventing us from achieving our dreams in our physical body, in anywhere in life, but I teach it through the physical body. And so we kind of like require, again, opportunities for us to create self-belief. And so this is what this is going to create for you, because I'm not asking you for any money. So what we're doing is I'm asking everybody who wants to do this is to catch as many of these as possible, these daddy issues or mama dramas, as many times as you can. Then on Saturdays, I think I'm most likely going to stick with Saturdays, we're going to do a body energetics meditation where I take you into your body, where I take you into the brain, the heart, the chakra system. You have 24 hours to comment on the meditation, and I will help you through it as if you are my client. Then after a 4-week period, there's going to be a Q&A thread. And the Q&A thread is for you now to ask even more questions because you've been doing 4 weeks of inner work, and I will answer them on a live stream. You have 24 hours to comment on that as well. Now, that's at facebook.com/groups/bodyenergetics with an X. Now, if you are complete with this information, thank you so much for being here. I am going to talk about how to work with me paid. Good morning, Brooke. Good afternoon, maybe for you. So now the paid way to work with me is this Wednesday, where it is a masterclass about daddy issues. So I'm going to teach you fundamentals of the mind, fundamentals of positive energy, and fundamentals of how polarity works within your body. Because we have positive and negative energy in our body. Neither are bad or good. They are either balanced or imbalanced. So this masterclass is going to be over an hour long. It's going to be on a Facebook live stream. It is $99. I'm going to teach you what you need to know. You will have lifetime access to it. And hello. Good morning, Brooke. Good afternoon, maybe for you. So now the paid way to work with me is this Wednesday, where it is a masterclass about daddy issues. So I'm going to teach you fundamentals of the mind, fundamentals of positive energy, and fundamentals of how polarity works within your body. Because we have positive and negative energy in our body. Neither are bad or good. They are either balanced or imbalanced. So this masterclass is going to be over an hour long. It's going to be on a Facebook live stream. It is $99. I'm going to teach you what you need to know. You will have lifetime access to it. And so lifetime access to it. And after that, if you want help integrating, you can sign up for 4 weeks of integration with me, and you get to use that $99 as a credit for the 4-week integration. And in the 4-week integration, we're still going to come back to Body Energetics Facebook group for guided meditations. You can still watch this stuff, but for 4 weeks, you're going to have me and a community of people to help you integrate these new understandings, because nothing is about getting rid of. Everything is about integration. Because if we can integrate our imbalances of positive and negative energy, our imbalances of our daddy issues, our imbalances of our mama drama, we become wise. So it's all about becoming wise. It's not about getting the result. It's about creating this wisdom and finding our hero's journey. And so just a side note, you can look up, there is an additional fee for the 4-week integration. That's the coaching, and the $99 gets applied to it. So it'll be less for you in a way than people who just sign up for the integration later. So if you look up your gene keys or your human design or your natal chart and you look at the high vibrational, highest expressions of yourself, you can kind of use that as a guidepost for imbalances that we are going to pull up in your energy field. Okay, amazing, Renee. That would be amazing. Yay. Okay, so I have some work to do to get all of this stuff. I have work to do. This is so funny. I'm sorry. Okay. Sorry, I was just so excited that you said that, because this will be the first masterclass that I will have people at. I've done no, my coaching prices are not on my website, but I will share them with you when you are in the masterclass. So, what was I going to say? I've taught this in a Body Energetics group, a 3-month container. And so I just got really excited that doing a $99 masterclass that Renee, that you're here. So I was like all excited about all the things that I'm going to do to prepare for it. So anyway, I'll get those links for you. And actually, Renee, it's on 𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏 bio. Yay, yay. Yeah, so Renee and I have had lots of conversations about working together, and it hasn't quite worked out. And so she's known me. We've known each other for years because of Love is a Verb podcast. So I'm so excited. And that this like makes more sense, right? Like this makes way more sense. I like this way that I have my business designed. It's all good. It's all good. Okay, so I'm going to go. Thank you so much for being here live. And let me know if you use any of this for your inner work. And you can always join the Facebook group through 𝘠𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏 purchase the paid coaching, and then a link to enter into the free coaching group on Facebook. All right, bye everyone.